how much you're saving on our incredible EcoFlow. Now, this is the River 2 Pro. This is our most powerful in the River series. This is EcoFlow, the #1 brand when it comes to giving you portable power. Think of this as like an alternative to a generator. But with a generator, what's the problem, right? You've got fumes, you have to replace it with gas, or maybe you've got propane, or maybe you have to put it outside away from the house. This is your generator for inside. So if you lose power, if you have to be outdoors and you need a backup power source, this incredible EcoFlow is your answer, and I'll tell you why. It is not only going to have 10 different devices that you can plug in, it's got all the imports, it's got all the plugs, but it also is so lightweight, it's easy to carry with you. It's less than 20 pounds. So whether it's an emergency and the power goes out, or you're doing an outdoor adventure, you can plug in a refrigerator, a microphone, a fan, a light. Maybe it's your kettle you want to put the coffee on. Maybe you want to plug in a rice cooker, or maybe you just want to plug in your hair dryer, so no matter what happens, your hair looks fabulous. Up to 80% of your home appliances will have power when you've got EcoFlow as your backup plan. So this is going to power your life, and when your power goes out, you need to have a plan. What is your plan when the power goes out? How do you keep your cell phone charged? How do you keep your TV on? How do you keep your lights on? How do you plug in an emergency electric blanket? Whether it is extremely hot or extremely cold, whether it's because of forest fires or rolling blackouts, or it's because a tree is down, it is a winter storm. The hurricanes, boy, in Florida, they shut down some people's property's power for days, if not weeks and weeks on end. This is how you get through that incredible experience with the very best laid plans. You need to have something you can trust. There's an unprecedented need. There's an overwhelming demand for power stations. That's why we cannot keep EcoFlow in stock. I'm glad it's back. I'm glad we have this incredible value. Let me kind of show you what you're getting here today, because you're not only getting the EcoFlow River, which is the most powerful in the River series, we're also going to include the solar panel. Now, yes, you can recharge your EcoFlow by plugging it in to a regular outlet or your car charger, but you can also keep it powered by the sun. So if you don't have access to a plug on occasion, you can also power it with the harness of the rays of the sun. We're also going to include this really cool travel backpack. You get the carrying case for the solar panel. You get everything you need. It's a nearly $1,000 value. $979 to be exact. We're gonna take $560 off. This is over 50% off. I've got one for you. We would love for you to place your order on EcoFlow. We cannot keep these in stock. Justin Hyatt is our expert. He's been taking you shopping for great electronics and home solutions for over a decade on television. Justin, everybody is asking for EcoFlow, so I'm glad you're the guy to give it to us.
Yeah, I always say there's never a bad time to be getting an EcoFlow. It's because there's never a bad time to be thinking about getting prepared. There's always the best time is now, because we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And this is one of the greatest things about EcoFlow, is that we have one for everybody. And one of the reasons why we love the River 2 Pro is that, as you said, Sarah, when it comes to the world of EcoFlow, we have a power station that can cost you or be up to 150 pounds all the way down to roughly about 10 pounds. Right here is that sweet spot. Our River 2 Pro is the most powerful under 20 pounds. It is easy, it is simple, and yet this will still be able to power 80% of our home appliances. I love starting off in the kitchen, because this is where we really start to think about what are the essential things in our life. We need food, we need water. Well, how are we going to make sure that that refrigerator continues to run and does not spoil all of that food that we got maybe when we were getting prepared? I want to go ahead and show you just right off the bat how easy it is to use, and it's just one touch of a button. Of course, what are we going to compare to? We're comparing to a gas and propane generator, because for so many of us, that has always been the only idea that we have in our mind of what alternative and or backup power is. One touch of a button to turn this on, an LCD display to give us every bit of information. The other thing I want you to see is we got 1, 2, 3, 4 three-prong AC outlets, so we will be plugging in and not unplugging. I want to go ahead and I want to start plugging things in. And I want you to think about it. If this was a gas generator, I would not be able to do this, right? It'd have to be outside, 20 feet away from our home. Okay, here's going to be my light. That's one thing. Now, the next thing thing I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and I want to plug in my fan. Yes, it's winter time, but we'll be showing you how to stay warm when I move over into the other studio with Sarah, because then we are going to be able to go ahead and use an induction burner or use our, for instance, heating blanket. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually not going to plug this in yet. I want you to see this. If you're thinking about food and backup, well, what about that refrigerator? And Sarah asked it. When we think about getting prepared, do you have a plan? This has become most people's, if not everybody's who watches right here at HSN, their plan. When that noise and that thunder and that lightning hits at home, what is your plan and what are you going to do next? I've got my light, I've got my refrigerator, I've got my fan, and one touch of a button, all of these things are going to turn on in just a few seconds. Fan, light, and now my refrigerator is going to turn on. Now, you know what I didn't do? I didn't have to go outside. I did not have to go into the elements. I didn't have to go to the garage. I didn't have to get gas. I stayed where I am comfortable and where I am safe inside of my home. Now, I talked about heating elements. It's nice to know that I can keep myself cool inside, be in a bright home, not in a dark home with my light. And of course, my refrigerator is going to stay cool. But what about cooking food? I've got an induction burner. Remember, I said I'm not going to unplug to plug things in. 4 AC outlets means not necessarily having to prioritize what I plug in. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this on, and now I'm cooking food with my induction burner. I've got my light and my fan, and I've got my refrigerator going. Think about all of the food that you have in your refrigerator right now. Do you have $100, $200, $300? Do you have medicine that's in that refrigerator? We don't want it to spoil because we need it. Food, water, essential. Power is just as essential as those two. We need to make sure that we maintain power. This is how you're going to maintain power in your home. Sarah, one of the things that we love about the River 2 Pro is that it's manageable power. It's nice to know that we have something like this, but it's nice to know when we have peace of mind that it's something that we can use. And we emphasize even more so the portability of it at 17.2 pounds because we also include that backpack. And that backpack is made and designed specifically for your River 2 Pro. So throw all your cables in here, take it with you. When you're not using this for an emergency, you're going to be using it for so many other great things, like an insurance policy, but insurance policy you get to use for the fun stuff too.
Exactly. And I hope you use this for some of the fun stuff. I want you to take it outdoors. I want you to take it camping. Take it to a big family reunion. You can put it on the picnic table and everyone can plug in all their lights, all their music, all their grills. You can have fun. You can keep your food warm. You can keep the lights on. You can stay in communication with your family, which is really one of the most important things. When the power goes out, how are you going to find out if the tornado is approaching, if the hurricane is approaching, if the forest fires are approaching, if you've lost power in your area? What's happening? When you are connected, you've got information. And when you have information, you have the power and the knowledge to keep your family and your property safe. Here's what we're doing today. We're giving you the lowest price you could find anywhere on this incredible unit. And we're not just giving you the unit. We're including the solar panel. We're including the travel backpack, and we're including everything you need to carry it with you. This is altogether a nearly $1,000 retail price, $979.99. Today it's $419.99. That's all you're spending. In fact, on flexible payments, it's $84 a month. And if you want to take your time and pay it off interest-free over the next year, we have 12-month financing on the HSN credit card. And that breaks down to just what, $34?